For some reason, I'm crooked. Not crooked. Upside down. Not upside down. What's the word? Sideways. Orientation is locked. Oh, great. Okay. So my bad. I don't know why. Am I upside down to y'all? I feel like I'm upside down or something. If anybody's in here, I actually don't think anybody's here right now. Rotate device back. All right, we're just gonna do this crooked, crooked live stream. Orientation's locked again. All right, let me see. I'm trying to figure this out. I was messing with this, and now I'm like zoomed in way too close too. Where we at? Where we at? I can't even read comments because they're sideways. What's going on, Clockwork Orgy? What's up, Marcus Gee? Am I sideways to y'all? Because this is all messed up. Also, can y'all hear me? I'm trying to use this microphone, but I don't think it's working. So I may have to turn down all my radio and get this squeaking noise from my dashboard fixed. Let me see. Let me see. Your audio is working. All right, cool. What's going on, everyone? Thanks for. I hit 2,000 subscribers on YouTube, so I was like, hey, let me do a little live stream real quick on my way home. It might be a long ride home because it looks like it might rain. Anytime it looks like it might rain, people in Austin don't know how to drive properly. So it might be a while before I get home. Thank you very much. Yeah, 2,000 subscribers. It only took 5 years, 5 long, grueling, hard. Um, but yeah, it was cool. Finally hit 2,000. I've been hovering around 2,000 mark for quite some time, and so I only have 98,000 more to get my YouTube plaque, which is going to be dope when I get it. Probably by the year 2046 at this rate. Assuming everything goes according to plan, I'll be having that 100K subscribers by 2046. That'll be dope. I don't know if YouTube will still be around, but I'll be still struggling for that. Let's see. You lagged a bit, but you're good. Oh, you know what? I'm about to hit a dead spot, so I didn't even think I should have waited to live stream till I hit this dead spot, or until I was past this dead spot. There's a part of my commute here, and like sometimes I'll be live streaming stuff, not live streaming, I'll be watching videos, and I hit this red light right here, and I lose reception for a few minutes. So we might lose reception, it might get real choppy. If it gets real choppy, just talk amongst yourselves. Uh, the topic can be the number 2,000, whatever that means. If it means back in the Y2K days when we thought the computers were gonna die on the year 2000, whenever we hit that 2000. Uh, all right, I'm in my dead spot, so hopefully my dead zone. This camera's messing with me. All right. Let's go, Sonny. You lagged a bit, but you're good now. Yes, I might lag now here where I'm at. I'm by this little pond on my way home. I mean, this pond is nowhere near my home, but I'm right here next to it. I would say I was only a year old during 2000. I wasn't conscious yet. Yeah, year 2000 was crazy. It didn't really affect poor people. Poor people, we were not worried because we didn't have. First of all, we didn't have computers. Where my hand? We didn't have computers. We didn't have banks. Our VCRs barely worked, and the electric bill probably wasn't even in my dad's name. It was probably in my name at the time. So we really weren't worried about much. Also, if you watch my video for Undead Unluck Andy, I didn't have my rings on. I found my rings. I found my jewelry the other day. So yeah, that's amazing that I got to find that. Let's see. Now you're pixelated. Oh, it's because I'm naked. Yeah, I figured I was in this spot. Let's see. Cynthia Akeradalu. Acre. Oh, Akerada. Not sure how to pronounce the name. Says Punk Heartbroken Rose. I'm not quite sure what that means, to be honest. It could mean a is it myriad of things? Am I using that word right? It could be a myriad of things. Myriad. I don't know how to use that word. I've seen it written. I don't know how to use it properly. Um, did your uncle die on 1999? 2K. I can't make sure. Max Headroom ain't so hard right now. Yeah, I'm in my dead zone right now. It's right here by the airport. I don't know why. Right here by the little watchtowers, they kill your cell phone reception. It's really irritating when you're trying to watch a YouTube video or you're trying to stream Idiocracy on Hulu to get the dead spot, and then I can't see anything right now. Things get all choppy. This is like Y2K right here where I'm at. It's like Y2K. Nothing works. Everything electronics are down. Push my car manually. I have to stick my foot out the door, push it manually through this dead zone until electronics start working. It's like somebody hit us with an EMP right here. Also, not sure that EMPs are real. I know they're on Call of Duty and like on Fast and the Furious, but it could be. Let's see. Hyorin Maru, my favorite actor, Johnny Sins. RIP Robert Redford. What? Wait, Robert Redford died? Hold on, man. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, man. I thought he was dead. Let me get my handy second phone. Also, bad reception here, but we'll see. But Robert Redford died? Man, he sure did. Provo, Utah. That's actually where they film Dry Bar Comedy. Which I'm hoping Dry Bar Comedy one day hits me up like, hey, Sonny, you want to come do Dry Bar Comedy in Provo, Utah? I'll be like, heck yeah. Robert Redford passed away. Dang, he was pretty old too. Was it 89 years old? 89 years old. It's crazy when people die like that age, because there'll be someone that's like, I wonder what he died from. It's like, I mean, he's 89 years old. It's pretty old. But yeah, R.I.P. to Robert Redford. He passed away. He's not Johnny Sins. Johnny Sins isn't Robert Redford, but yeah, he passed away. That's crazy, man. He's immortal in every media, even memes. Yeah, that's one thing that's cool about if you get to do a movie or a TV or TV show or something, you get immortalized in that medium, which is really cool. Uh, I was in Idiocracy, for instance. Surprise, surprise. For the one person that accidentally clicked this that doesn't know. So that's kind of cool that you do. Yeah, you get immortalized in cinema that way. But yeah, Robert Redford, 89 years old. I don't know who I'm getting him confused with. That I thought he had already passed away. But let's see, yeah, he passed away today, unfortunately. 89 years old. I wonder if they're gonna like. Well, I was reading it here. I mean, I'm not reading it. Someone's telling me. I have a passenger here who's telling me this stuff. I guess, let me see. I'm assuming he died of old age. Is he the one that made that movie where it's like silent, like there's only like one sentence in it? I think that might be the one. He died at his home at Sundance in the mountains of Utah, the place he loved, surrounded by those he loved. Okay, he died in his sleep, but no cause was provided. That's an interesting way. That's a peaceful way to pass away. I mean, it sucks that he passed away, but I'm glad that it was a peaceful passing. Doing about 9,000. What's going on, man? He says, "Careful driving, Sonny." Oh yeah, I'm being as careful as possible. I'm about to hit a lot of traffic, so it'll be real careful at that point. It'll be traffic will slow to a crawl. I think that's the right phrase if I'm saying that correctly. But let me put this down because this sun is beating on the side of my ear. And then my ear's gonna get all red, and y'all gonna be like, "What's wrong with your ear?" I'm like, "Oh, nothing. Don't look at it." Then I'm gonna have to start wearing earmuffs for the live streams. It's gonna be crazy. Let's see. What else is there? Oh, Todd McFarlane Toys released the images of that penguin. That penguin looks cool. The Danny DeVito penguin. The penguins, actual penguins, look dope. I think it's gonna be a 3 pack. Those look cool. Um, Catwoman, and then Michael Keaton, Michelle Pfeiffer, Catwoman. I personally would have liked to have seen that gone the platinum edition, collector's edition McFarlane route with actual like a pleather look to it instead of just that shiny plastic. It would have been cool to have her in the pleather that size. Yeah, the Batman Returns wave. Thank you, Marcus Yee. Batman Returns wave. Um, they look nice. They look really nice. It'd be cool to have Michelle Pfeiffer. You can just put her in your pocket, take her wherever you want. Be like, "What's up? I got Michelle Pfeiffer in my pocket." You're like, "What?" Although I think Michelle Pfeiffer was cooler in Dangerous Minds. Um, she was less villainy and more Green Beret. I didn't really believe it. When I was younger, I was like, "Oh, she's a Green Beret," because that's what they said in Dangerous Minds, and I didn't know what that meant. Then I found out later on what a Green Beret was, and I was like, "There's no way Michelle Pfeiffer was a Green Beret." Let's see. Cleve, what is that? Cleve Indians says, "What's that on your shoulder?" That's a microphone. I'm hoping that it's working. I have a microphone plugged into this right here, so I'm hoping that it's actually working and you're hearing me through the microphone. Because if not, then you're probably hearing a lot of road noise and my dash rattling. My dash still rattles a little bit. I can hold it like this if I want to and get rid of the sound, but I like it. It's very soothing to me. So here's just a drone of the. It's very soothing to it. It's working. All right, sweet. I was wondering because I googled at first. I was like, can I put an external microphone on YouTube Live on my phone? It was a very long Google question, and it was like, yeah, if you change all your settings and go behind the scenes and do all this, and I was like, I didn't do any of that. So I'm glad that it's working out. But yeah, now that Batman Returns wave looks pretty cool. I'm assuming they're all gonna be $24.99. Maybe that penguin gonna be $34.99. And I'm thinking the penguin with the duck. Well, I don't know if they have a pre-order yet, but I think the penguin with the duck, the GameStop exclusive, that looks cool too. I don't think I need that duck, so I probably won't get it. I'll probably look at it. I'll probably stop into a GameStop, see it there, and be like, I need this duck. And then in the end, I'll be like, you know what? I don't really need this duck. But it does look cool. It looks pretty dope. Tom McFarlane. The penguin is probably from based on the pictures alone. That penguin figure is probably the best McFarlane figure I've seen so far. And he's had some nice looking figures because again, he doesn't really take articulation into account. He'd rather it look nice. But that penguin looks really, really good. It looks way better than that Colin Farrell penguin from the Batman. So yeah, I also have the regular Batman, the Batman Michael Keaton Batman. I have the Mezco and the McFarlane one, so I don't think I need a second Michael Keaton Batman. Although they'll probably give this with this one. I couldn't remember if it had a wired cape or not. The McFarlane wired capes are pretty good. They're pretty durable feeling. I haven't torn any of them yet. I only have like 1 or 2 figures with the fabric cape, but they're pretty good. Let's see what comments do I have here. We have is that Joe? I'm sorry, my camera's sideways for some reason. Do you think black people should be able to use the self checkout? Yeah, I do think that black people should be able to use self checkout. I use the self checkout all the time. I be getting mad too when there's people that if you don't know how to use self checkout, you should not be allowed to use self checkout. That comment sounded kind of racist, to be honest. But if you don't know how to use it, you should stay away from self checkout. I don't care what race you are. If you don't know how to use it, stay away from it. You remind me of Rico from Penguins of Madagascar. Thank you. I actually take that as a compliment. Wait. Rico. I thought Rico was in Happy Feet. Am I thinking the wrong penguin? That might be the wrong penguin I'm thinking of. But thank you. That's very kind of you to say, because he had a starring role in that film. IE Toy Hunter, what's going on, man? Let me see. I'm trying to read this sideways. I need employee discount on self checkout. I don't know why you don't get employee discount on self checkout. You know what I noticed the other day? Me and my wife got Chick-fil-A, and if you get Chick-fil-A and you don't want ingredients in the burger, they knock off money from the burger, from the cost of it. I got their pretzel burger, the pretzel chicken thing, and I was like, keep them nasty tomatoes and that disgusting lettuce out of my sandwich. And they knocked off like 20 cents for each. That was kind of dope. I like that. Let's see. Who we got? Is that Fortnite? I can't tell. I used I used the employee discount. Fortnite. Is that Fortnite? I can't tell what this is. Hey, what's going on? Joe Rogan, how are you right now? Is that it? How are you right now? I am bald. If that was the comment you were making. I became bald many years ago. It was devastating at first, but I've learned to accept it, learned to enjoy it. Um, I've had people tell me like, "Man, you got a good shaped head for being bald," and I was like, "Thank you." Somehow, that's a compliment. I don't know if that's the nicest compliment, but it's still a compliment, so I took it. Joe says, "I'm not racist. Thanks for your input. What kind of mic you got?" These are called Cinco, right there. Cinco mics. They also have like a little lavalier style where you can clip onto, but Mark Z always complains that it sounds terrible when I use it, so I stopped using it. Let's see. Man, I like live streams like this in the daytime because I get random people that I never heard of. You remind me of the lawyer from Idiocracy. Well, thank you. I heard he's drop dead gorgeous. PMAC 2006. Hello. Are you driving right now? Um, no, not driving right now at all. Let's see. Then we got someone, I can't tell what the name. Tawahachi says, "You gay?" No. I've been asked that before. Well, I wasn't asked that like directly straight up. Someone told me they'll help me switch teams. I was like, I'm fine with the team. Hello, Puppet Master. My name is Andre Tulin. All right, Andre. I fight Nazis in World War III. Good to know. PMAC 2006 got some laughing. Doomba 9000 is getting all the weirdos right now. Sunford. I know, yeah. I like the weirdos though. Because the thing is, I don't get bothered by them. I'm cool with that. I have a kid. He asks me random questions all the time. Monk says, "Have you ever sat on your own testes?" I can't say any words that YouTube will be like, "Hey, we're gonna pull funding from you. You don't get this 26 cents after all." So asking if I ever sat on my own testes. I'm not that old yet, so it hasn't happened. I'm not saying it's not in the realm of possibilities. I'm just saying it hasn't happened yet. Let's see. PMAC 2006 is, "Can you say hi to my friend Katie, please?" Katie, how's it going? I'm so glad PMAC has asked me to tell you hello. I would have failed to tell you hello had I not been reminded by PMAC to tell you hi. So hi Katie, how's it going? Runaround says, "What is the difference between a porcupine and a BMW?" I would assume German engineering. That could just be me though. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, no problem, PMAC 2006. Runaround says, "When it comes to porcupines, the pricks are on the outside." That's a pretty good one. I like that one. I do, man. You know what? I love car jokes. I'm a Chevy dude, so I love cars. I love a lot of car jokes. My favorite car joke is, uh, statistically speaking, 98% of Fords are still on the road today. The other 2% made it home. I love that. I love that statistic. Whoever made that statistic, I'm thankful for. Great statistics. I do like that one though. I like the porcupine and BMW one. I live in Austin, so it'd be Tesla. And what's the difference between a porcupine and a Tesla? I think that's kind of where we go with that. By the way, we probably missed it, but we have a lot of self-driving cars here in Austin. They got Waymo cars, and it's crazy the first time you see them because you're like driving, you're like, is there literally nobody driving next to me? It's kind of is the dope thing about it is you can cut them off in traffic because the sensors will make them stop. So that's the good thing. Uh, but yeah, here in Austin, Texas, beautiful Austin, Texas, where we got construction going on behind me. You can see. I can't move my head out the way. We got lots of it. Run around says 98% is funny. I like yours too, though, man. That sounded weird. That guy's like, he's gonna clip that. I'm just gonna be like, I like yours too, man, and he's gonna be like, oh, he is gay. No, but yeah, I love a good car joke, man. I used to just Google back in the early days of the internet. I used to ask Jeeves, "Hey Jeeves, what are some good car jokes?" And Jeeves would tell me these things. One time, Jeeves told me a Chevy joke. I don't remember it, but he told me a Chevy joke, and I was like, you know what? I'm not asking Jeeves no more. Let's see. Clockwork Gorgeous says, "When's your next show, Sonny?" I don't know yet. I haven't been booked yet recently. I was trying to get up to Oklahoma, and I was gonna hit up this dude I know in Oklahoma and try to get on a show. I think I might have to just start throwing my own shows, and then I'll live stream them on my comedy channel. Let's see. Jake Dubs says, "Hey, my name's Mike Hunt. How's it going?" Oh man, hey, you know what? Man, maybe Marcus G or Clockwork Orgy or Doom by 9000 remembers. There was a dude he wasn't Mike Hunt. Was it Mike Hawk? And I was up here saying his name the whole time, not realizing that he was getting me the whole time on that. That was me being oblivious to the joke. I felt really dumb after the fact. But yeah, let's see. Oh, we got 3 people here. That's insane. 3 people. I don't even know how the bandwidth can handle that. But yeah, no. What was I saying? Oh yeah, 2,000 subscribers. That's what I was talking about. Happy 2,000 subscribers, everyone. I should have did a contest like, hey, if I get 2,000 subscribers, someone will win something. But I didn't realize I was that close to 2,000 subscribers at one point, and I didn't do that instead. So now we're just here. This is your prize. This is a terrible prize. If someone was all like, hey, your prize is some random dude driving home talking to y'all, I'd be like, that's a terrible prize. Unless they were like, it's a famous person. It's still not the best prize, but it's okay. It's better. But no, I might just I might try to hook up my own comedy show, grab some of the homies and be like, hey, y'all wanna be on my comedy show with me? And they'll be like, what's in it for us? And I'll be like, I'll record the video. That's about it. It's about what I got for y'all. But yeah, I mean, I still got all my equipment to throw shows and stuff like that, so that might be a thing. Oh, look, there was almost an accident right in front of me. Hey, that would have been. Hey, y'all seen that video where that one girl, she's like TikToking or something? She's like driving and doing her TikTok, and she like flips her car, and the whole thing is caught on video, and her car flips over. She lands upside down. The first thing she thinks is, "Oh, let me make sure the camera's okay." And it was okay, and she went viral. So I guess it was good call on her part. Let's see who's that. Carvana says hello. How are you doing, Carvana? I think it says Carvana. I apologize if I didn't read the name properly, but my camera's sideways. If you were here, Carvana, 21 minutes ago, I went on a whole 4-second rant about my camera being sideways. But yeah, McFarlane Toys got Medi Toys got like this dope looking Minotaur. That's a dope looking Minotaur. I probably won't get it because I already have a Minotaur from Zesray Studios that I don't really mess with. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna take a photo of it tonight and put the Minotaur, the Zesray Studios Minotaur. I'm gonna post some photos of him tonight. That's a dope Minotaur as well. I've seen that video, LOL. Right, it's a hilarious video. Cause she's like, blah, 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 blah. And then like you can see the panic in her face, and then it flips, and you can see all her junk in her car flying everywhere. I hope nothing flies in my car because I got my backpack here and it has a laptop. That hits me in the face, it's gonna hurt bad. But yeah, it's a pretty good one. No, I just got here. Oh, what's your name? My name is Sonny of the Sonny Channel. That's my channel. I'm not like that's not like my what's it called? My government name is not the Sonny Channel, but I am Sonny of the Sonny Channel. Let's see. Clockwork Gorgeous says X-Ray Studios Rhino looks great, and the joints are so smooth. Yeah, I got the Rhino too. That Rhino's dope. Carvana says singing "Hit Me, Baby" one more time. Oh, that's what she was singing. That's ironic because ironic. That's coincidental because she hit the roof of her car. So that's kind of if she was singing "Sitting Sideways" and then flipped, that would have been even better. "Sitting Sideways" by Paul Wall. I think Big Pokey or something like that. But yeah, people do a lot of crazy stuff for the TikToks. I just post videos on TikTok. I don't really look at videos on TikTok. TikTok's weird. Like I was posting video. I posted a video the other day, and then I just go check randomly, see people comment on them, and every time I open TikTok, it's a girl like on a bed, and she's like, and then the words on there like, "I know your secret account." And I'm like, what? But I keep seeing that every time I pop up, it's a different random girl doing that. I don't know secret accounts if that's a thing. I have a ton of accounts for everything, but they're all public. Carvana says, "I like your accent." I trip out when people say that because I'm like, what accent? I don't know what you're talking about. Although there was a hilarious comment on my clip from Idiocracy. Some dude was like, he goes, "Oh, you can tell by the way he talks, all ghetto hood speak. That's him for real." I'm like, yeah, that's a very astute observation there, sir. But yeah, it was a that girl flipping. That's a cool video. I mean, I'm glad she's okay. She's okay. She's like we can talk about it. She's okay. I'm glad. But yeah, you gotta keep your eye on the road. I say that. I say that. You gotta keep your eye on the road as I'm on the road. But yeah, it's an interesting car right there. I love when people are like, "I'm gonna soup up this Dodge Neon." Like, why? Why do that? Let's see. Is it Scrotty? Scrotty McBooger? I don't like the blocker like that. You know, like the blocker. I know what you wrote, but I don't feel I cares about saying that. Mark Rose, what's going on, man? He says, "What up? What up, Mark Rose?" Hey, Mark Rose, this is like the first live stream that you haven't been the first person to comment because you were unaware that it was coming. But I'm here now. What? But yeah, and then Scrotum McBooger, whatever his name is. I've never heard of that name before. But I'm here, Mark Rose. We're just discussing random things that came up. We did discuss the girl who flipped her car on TikTok. Boom, she rolled it. What else? What else is in the news and stuff and lately has been happening? Today is Jesse says de Septembre. What? I should have wore a sombrero, but I didn't really. I woke up this morning. I knew what day it was, but I wasn't thinking clearly, or else I'll be rocking a sombrero right now on this live stream. Mexican independence. They gained independence from, man, I don't want to say Spain. I think it's Spain. I suck with history. Y'all should know that. Let's see. Carvana says, "I liked and subscribed." Oh, thank you very much. That's very nice of you. That's the little guy. His Dodge Neon souped up. Let's see. What else? What else is there? Yes, I don't have any shows coming up anytime soon. The Toy Con that I was supposed to go to and be a panel guest, that got moved to November in a different city in Oklahoma. It's no longer in Oklahoma City. It's gonna be in, I can't remember the name, but they told me they'll hit me up later on to let me know when it's gonna go down. If I'm even still on the panel, I have no idea. So we'll see what happens. They just added a bunch of guests too, so it's kind of weird. It's like, man, you added guests like the week before, and then you switched it up. They said there was AC issues in the convention hall for the hotel that it was supposed to be at, so that's why they had to move it. But they moved it. So maybe, hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll be in Oklahoma. No, I don't think anybody says that. Fingers crossed, I'll be in Oklahoma next month. Or fingers crossed, I'll be in Oklahoma in November because it would just be cool experience to go out through there. Clockwork Orgy says, "How long did Spain conquer you guys? Here in the Philippines, it's 300 years. Dang, Spain got a lock on the Philippines. I don't know. I'm terrible with history. Like I was actually having that conversation with one of my coworkers today, because she had to take her test to get her green card or to get her citizenship, and she straight up told me, she goes, I don't think you'd be able to pass that test. And I was like, I don't think I'd be able to pass that test either. I go, I don't even know who our what is our founding fathers are for America. And she was like, name some of them. And I was like, man, I was like George Washington. I was like Quincy Jones. And she was like, I think you mean John Quincy Adams. And I was like, yeah, that's what I meant, not Quincy Jones. I was like, I'm terrible at this. Please stop asking me questions. And she was like, how many states are there? And I was like, man, 50 plus like maybe the Canary Islands. And she was like, you mean the Virgin Islands? I was like, yeah, that's the one I meant, not the Canary Islands. I'm terrible at geography. I'm terrible at history. Let's see. You collect action figures? Me either. Yeah, I collect action figures. I started doing it back in the days in 2020. I used to do photography, click, take pictures of people. And then 2020 hit, and they were like, everybody has germs. And I was like, ooh, gross. Don't come to my house, germ people. And then I started taking pictures of action figures. And then that took off way faster than anything else that I've ever done. I will say doing photography was very interesting. Met a lot of interesting people. Met a few celebrities here and there from doing photography. Got to take their pictures. Got to meet Coolio, kick with him for a little bit before he passed. Obviously, before he passed, that'd be weird if I was like, nah, I got. Well, I guess you can technically kick it with someone once they're dead. Like I went to the King Tut exhibit and I'm like, hey, kicked it with King Tut for a little bit. He didn't have much to say, but I did kick it with Coolio for a bit. He was an insane person. Um, Coolio, yeah, I think I've said it. I think I've said my Coolio story before on a live stream. Doombot 9000 says, wait, when did you find your rings? Oh yeah, I found them on Sunday night, I think it was. On Sunday night, I found them. I walked into my house and I was like, oh yeah, I remember exactly where I put them down. I went, they were there. It was amazing to be reunited once again. You can't see my chain. I have my chain, so you can't see because I'm wearing this men's blouse right here. I have to go as a men's blouse because they say you can't wear t-shirts at my job. But I'm like, you mean this men's blouse? It's a V-neck. It's a men's blouse. And they were like, well, there's no argument there. It might be what it's called. White student says Spain be a cold piece. Spain had everything unlocked. They were like, hey, let's go. They're like, we're the conquistadors. Let's go. And I think that's a French accent. You know what I'm saying, though. They had a little twisty mustaches. I tried to grow a twisty mustache like that. It didn't really work out, so now I just keep it trimmed down. Um, I like the way Salvador Dali had it. And I was like, I'm gonna grow my twisty mustache like that. I grew it out and it just looked like I beat women. Like it was terrible mustache. It gave off the wrong impression. And so I keep it back now at this point. But that's why, because I know some people are like, why don't you have a mustache? That's why it looks terrible. It looks like when I was rocking a mustache, it looked like I was gonna go out for cigarettes and never come back to my family. Like that's how bad that mustache looked. So I had to just do away with it. I did have it for like a year or two, and I was like, this is not working. I go back and look at old photos of me with my mustache, and I'm like, I look at my wife and I'm like, why would you let me do this? Why would you let me walk out the house with this disgusting mustache on? And she was like, "You said you wanted it." I was like, that doesn't matter. Sometimes I'm like, "I want fried chicken." You're like, "Too bad, we're having pizza." And I'm like, "I like pizza too, so I'm okay with that." And if I had said I want this mustache, and she was like, "You look stupid with that mustache, shave it," I was like, "I'm okay with that, no mustache too." Clarko Gorgeous says it was all fun and games until Michigan. Oh, what? Magellan lost his head. Oh, I think said Michigan. I was like, "Oh, we talking about football now?" I don't want to talk about football. Texans lost twice, 2 weeks in a row. It's very embarrassing. Uh, saddened to report that. I was waiting for Kill Tony last night. I was trying to get pulled from the bucket again, see about getting a second set up there. And I was watching the Texans game, and I was like, "Oh, this is so sad. This is a sad place to be right now." And some of the homies that normally show up for Kill Tony, they weren't there, so I was just sitting alone watching Texans lose. It was very sad. And then they didn't pull my name from the bucket, so I didn't get to go up and do no comedy either. It was an overall sad night last night. The only good thing was this homeless person that was talking to themselves stopped talking to themselves when I walked by. I always get concerned about that. I'm like, when a homeless person is talking to themselves and I walk by and they stop talking, like they don't trust me. Like they're like, "Oh, he's gonna, oh, he's coming." And I'm like, what? It makes me paranoid. Like, what were y'all talking about? Like, why can't I hear? Like, I don't understand this. What's going on? What did I do to y'all? And it's like only one homeless person there. It's very upsetting. But yeah, we have a lot of homeless people in Austin. They like to do drugs, so they say a lot of stuff to themselves. They say a lot of stuff to passersby, people walking, say a lot of things to people walking. Let's see. Dong says you are suspect. I'm very well aware I am suspect. Every times back in the day when I was younger, and the news would come on, they'd be like, "Police are still searching for the suspect. He's a light-skinned Hispanic man, about medium build, about 5'8", 5'10", bald fade." And I'm like, "Ah, they just described me. I used to have a bald fade. I obviously don't have. I just have the bald part now, but I used to hate that. I'm like, God, man, why does every criminal have to look like me? Like, I don't understand that. That's not cool." My mom be having Crime Stoppers on speed dial, like, "Hey, where were you earlier today?" And I'm like, "At the store." She's like, "Okay, this happened at a bar." Just making sure. But yeah, the homeless dude stopped talking to himself when I walked by. I was very upset by that. I also wanted to hear the craziness. Carvana says, "You're not white." No, I'm not. Surprisingly, I know I give off white vibe. I realize that. Uh, if I could, I'd pull up my credit score and you'd be like, "Yeah, he's not white at all." But I can't pull it up, so I'm using my primary phone right here. That one has my credit score. I didn't even know credit scores were supposed to be a thing. Me and my wife were trying to get a house, and they're like, "You don't have credit." No, "That's right, baby. No paper trails, homie. That's how we do." And they're like, "No, that's a terrible attitude to have for an adult." And I was like, "Oh, okay, my bad, dude. I was trying to raise my street cred, not my TransUnion Equifax." But no, I'm not white. I'm of the Hispanic uh, orientation. That's not right. Persuasion. I'm not the Caucasian persuasion. I'm the uh, Hispanic persuasion. I don't think that works out the same way. Let's see. Carvana says, "No, only white has good credit." I do. I know. I was like, man, I told my wife, I was like, "Hey, if we need good credit, we both got to get divorced and go find white spouses, get the house, divorce them, get remarried. Boom, we're in the house without credit." I was like, "That's a good plan." Like, and it would work technically, but we were able to get our house anyway, so that was kind of cool. What's your ethnicity? Hispanic, Mexican descent. Although I will say, okay, the reason I got my light skin uh, is not because a witch cursed my parents. My grandmother on my mom's side is from Italy. She was born in Italy. She had light skin, red hair, green eyes. I came out light skin, dark brown hair, caca brown eyes. I got none of the benefits of having light skin. I still burn in the sun. That's not cool. But I didn't get the light skin. Some of my darker cousins, they got the I got the light skin. But some of my darker cousins on my mom's side, they got the green eyes. I'm like, what? What's going? What? I was like, it's not fair. Although they do look like they're 70s themed, because 70s themed they had a lot of brown and greens. So that's the only drawback to them getting those green eyes. They look like they're 70s themed. I was like, don't wear corduroy. Everybody will assume you're from that era. Let's see. Doomba 9000 says, yo, I have Italian blood in me too. Hey, there you go. Someone was like, hey, you should try to go and find your Italian family. But my grandmother's adoptive parents were Mexican, and they were like, nah, we're not doing that. And so we don't have any record of how far back to Italy she goes, or even what her like where she came from. Open what you're going is what's going on, man. It says prove it. Show us your 21 and me DNA. You know what? Results. You know what? I wanted to do the not 23 and me. What's the other one? The other one, ancestry.com or whatever. I wanted to do it, but I'm also scared to do it because I was switched at birth, and I don't know that they gave my mom the right baby back. For all I know, I could have been gone to a white family and had a great life growing up. I've been like, oh, you ever been to Disney World? And I grew up with my white family. I've been like, yeah, I've been there like 28 times. But instead, I grew up in the poor parts of Austin, Texas. But no, I've thought about it. But I'm like, man, what if it comes back and it's like I really want to swap again? Because when my mom was in the hospital bed with waiting for them to bring me back, there was a white lady and sharing the room with her because apparently they used to share rooms. It's weird, but there was a white lady in the room with her, and they gave my mom a little white baby girl, and they gave me to the white lady. And my mom was like, whoa, 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 whoa! I had a little boy, and then the white lady was like, wait a minute, I had a girl, and the nurses was like, whoops, and they just swapped us. So I'm like, I don't even know if I'm for real supposed to be with my family. Like, I don't know if I belong there. So 23andMe might trip me out if I'm like, whoa, I don't match to y'all at all. That'd be wild. And someone was all like, well, you could learn how to roll your R's because you grew up around that. So that doesn't rule you out as not being a white person. I was like, don't say things like that because then that puts it in the back of my head. And now I'm thinking about it again. Let's see. Carvana says, my husband is Mexican with light skin and green eyes. Dang it. See my cousin? He might be my cousin. Clockwork Gorgeous says, why are there so many Italian Mexicans? I don't know. I think I blame the Mexican pizza from Taco Bell. Nobody would have thought to mix the two together until Taco Bell was like, Mexican pizza, let's do it. And then all of a sudden Mexicans were like, They looked at the Italians. The Italians were like, I don't know how to do an Italian accent saying but they were like, Mamma mia, look at the Mexicans. And the Mexicans were like, Simon way. And then boom, hooked up together. That's the only thing that I can assume. That's how it worked out. So shout out to Taco Bell, bringing people like me to this earth. It's kind of messed up. Like I gave shout out to Taco Bell instead of my parents, or instead of my grandparents, I guess. And then on my mom's side, her dad, they thought he was Cuban for the longest time. Turned out he was Mexican, raised by Cuban parents. Her family was all messed up. They thought they were Mexican Cubans when they were Mexican Italians the whole time. It made no sense to me. They grew up in a Mexican neighborhood, so then they were raised Mexican either way. It was very confusing. I never got to meet my grandpa. He passed away before I was born. It's crazy too, because like my mom was saying that when my sister was born, who's older than me, she was born, she had taken her to my grandma's house and she had her in the crib, like in the other room or whatever. She was like making, like crying or whatever. And Mexican families are like, whatever, you let them cry, it's healthy. I don't know why that's a thing, but they were letting her cry. And then all of a sudden they heard like a thump and a drag, thump, drag, thump, drag, thump, drag. And then my sister started like cooing like a little baby, like someone was messing with her. And so they go over to the crib in the other room, and they're like, nothing was there. She was fast asleep. And they said that my grandpa walked with a limp like that because he was injured in the war. So every time he walked, it was like thump, drag, thump, drag, thump, drag. So they think that my grandpa visited my sister. I got insanely jealous that he didn't come visit me. I was like, that's messed up. That's cool. That's cool. That's all right. It's all right. It's all right. I'm not mad. I'm just, I'm hurt that I wasn't visited by a ghost. Um, my grandpa ghost, but it is what it is. It happens. I understand. He had to pick and choose. I don't know how long ghosts get to come back and hang out. Maybe he used up all his left of his hangout to go say what's up to my sister. I don't know. I am hurt though. It hurt a little bit. Stung a little bit right there. Ugh. Grit says, "Are you driving, dude? I have both hands right here. What makes you think I'm driving? It's crazy talk." Duma Nathan says, "Ghost stories with Sonny Channel." That's right, ghost stories in the daytime. What? But yeah, I have both hands right here. What are you talking about? That's crazy. It's crazy talk. Grit. I have no idea. Super squeals. Oh, squeals on wheels. Why does your head look so wide? So I did kill Tony a couple weeks ago, and I was reading the live comments during my set when the show was airing, and someone actually mentioned my head. Their best comment that I saw, they said that my head looked Ford tough. I'm not a Ford guy, but that was a hilarious comment. I also think it might be this YouTube video. For some reason, it zoomed in really close to me. Let's see. Clockwork Orange says, "Have you ever tried Mexican adobo?" I have not tried that. Carvana says, "Who is driving?" I live in Austin. We have self-driving vehicles. That's yeah, self-driving vehicles. But yeah, no, I have not had Mexican adobo. I've played with Mexican adobe clay. That's any consolation. Um, which confused me a lot when Adobe became a company, because the only thing I'd ever thought of Adobe was the clay stuff. So it was very confusing when that happened. Um, but yeah, no, it's what was I talking about? Oh yeah, a white head. My white head. I also have no hair, and I think that having no hair adds to the illusion that my dome is bigger than it is, because I don't have boundaries basically. Like there's no boundaries on my head. Um, so that's what I think. I think that it's the boundaryless from the hair that's not there, and so my head looks wider than necessary. People are like, "Why don't you grow your hair out?" I'm like, "Nature." I'm not supposed to. Uh, Anyway, shout out to the guys who should be shaving their head bald but are hanging on to their hair to the very last thread. And by thread, I mean that thready looking hair that y'all keep on your head. Let's see. Dumba 9000 says Sonny has mastered the art of the knee. That's right, baby. My knee game is strong. Ron says, "How old are you?" Uh, Legally 41 years old. Mentally, I've been told I'm not anywhere near 41. Uh, I think it might be because of the action figures or the poor life choices. One or the other. I'm trying to make better choices now because I'm old now. But it sucks though. A lot. I've been bald. I've been bald probably about, let me see, probably about 8 years. I think yeah, about 8 years. I used to get my fade all the time, wasting money, unaware of what my head situation was. And my wife finally was all like, I noticed I had a crop circle. We'll call it a crop circle, like the aliens do. We had a crop circle back here. And I told my wife, I was like, "Oh, what's going on here?" And she was like, "Dude, you've been like that." And I was like, "You've been letting me spend all this money on haircuts. I just get a haircut every 10 days. It's about $25, $30 for a haircut. That was every 10 days, getting a haircut. Was that like 36 haircuts in a week? I mean, in a year at $25 to $30 a pop. I was spending a lot of money. I could just bought $20 clippers and just ended it all. It was very, very detrimental to my mental well being that day. Carvana says we are close in age. That's what's up. All right. Clark Gordon says, "Do you know Hulk Hogan didn't allow other wrestlers to talk about his hair?" You know, a lot of people are very self-conscious about their hair and about going bald. I make jokes about it all the time. I really don't care. And my employees at work make fun of me all the time about it. And it's always fun when a new employee is there and they hear them talking about my hair because then I act sad, like if they hurt my feelings. And then that new employee has no idea what's going on. They think that I'm actually hurt by it. It's a fun little game we play. It's called Make It Awkward for the New Person. Obi-Wan Chigona says that money could have gone to action figures. At the time, I wasn't collecting. At the time, I was doing photography really heavy, and so it could have gone to like lights or flashes or any sort of equipment. Yeah, it was a waste of money. I wasted a lot of money. Apparently, for about 2 years when that happened. But then I bought clippers for $20 at Walmart, and I shaved my head that day. I had just got a haircut too, and I was like, I don't even care. I don't want to do this anymore. I shaved my head. I felt it was like a real Britney Spears coming of age moment like that for me. And then when she shaved her head, I'm like, oh great. They give her all kinds of recognition, like she's so strong, Britney. I do it, and they're like, it's about time, Sonny. So it's kind of messed up. Let's see. Bit of that Ninja 9000. Okay, hold on. Let me take my head off the face off the camera. I'm not driving. I'm looking back for the driver who asked me if we were clear, so just to get that through. Haha, you are white. Let's see. Okay, now they're going fast. Haha, you are white. Bro, I knew someone tattooed some hair. Hey, I see someone that told me because they sent me a picture of this dude that tattooed his hair, and I was like, no, I will never tattoo hair onto my head. That won't happen. Oh damn, there's an accident right here. No wonder everybody slow down. Clark Orgy says, I think Jordan and Steve Austin made being bald cool. I think The Rock did it first. Oh, okay, yeah, Jordan did it first. Stone Cold. Eventually, The Rock. Jason Statham made it cool to have a closed buzz cut with a receding hairline. He made that cool. When I cut my hair, I don't know. All right, let's see. Oh, we want you going. This says you killed Tony. Minute. An interview. Dang it, I can't see. Too many bumpy roads. Hold on. And then this Ninja 9000 dude. Hey man, you think you're spamming, but it actually helps the algorithm. I appreciate you, dude. Your Kill Tony Minute interview solid. Was solid. They need to invite you back. Man, it's crazy because like when I got off stage, a lot of the people behind the stage, they were like, oh, did they ask you to do the secret show? Because sometimes you do real good. They ask you to do the secret show, which is another venue down on 6th Street in Austin. And I was like, no, they didn't. They were like, huh, okay. I was like, you're confused too? All right, I'm confused too. I felt like I should have got it too, but I didn't get it. But I'm still going back to try to do more jokes and hopefully get better attention this next time. The show that I was on featured a clown. That clown stole the show from everybody. So I was kind of like, dang it, I should have wore clown makeup. I did not wear clown makeup though. I own clown makeup, part of the photography stuff that I still own. I have a lot of costume stuff that I have clown makeup, but I was not the clown. His name is Sir Winston Pickles. He's a pretty cool dude. I said what's up to him. Like, what's up, dude? What's up, clown? He's from Britain, though. Great Britain. He's from OK Britain. He's from I don't understand how it's Great Britain. There's not an OK Britain or regular Britain. I mean, I guess we have New York. We don't have York. We have New Mexico, but we got Mexico. We got Old Mexico. So that works out. But we don't have. He's from Great Britain, not just the OK Britain. But yeah, dang it, the Ninja 9000. Where's my spam at, dog? I'm trying to get this algorithm up. The more comments I get, it helps. You're supposed to be spamming me still. Stop spamming. He called me white and then start spamming. Also, you put that word, you didn't even put it all the way. You like put it broke up. It's kind of weird. Uh, but yeah, where were we? Oh yeah, Kill Tony. I'm still trying to do Kill Tony, get another set there. I'm actually using the Kill Tony platform to retire jokes, so that way I can go into bringing new jokes to everyone. Once I start, like I said, I'll probably end up start doing my own shows. And my wife is watching right now. She's like, what are you talking about?" So I ain't said that. I just thought about that last night. I was like, I need to start doing my own shows so I can get my comedy out there more, get more clips. Basically, that's what everybody wants to see. They want to see comedy clips. So get more clips out there. Uh, do some more shows, my own shows. That way I control what time it happens, when it happens, what the venue is. The only thing that sucks is that like a lot of people that want you to do comedy at their venues, they pick the weirdest times. They'll be like, "Oh yeah, we have Thursday mornings at 11 a.m. free if you want to do them then." I'm like, nobody's gonna come to a show Thursday morning at 11. That's dumb. Like sometimes the venue owners don't understand. Like they haven't done shows or they haven't held shows. They don't understand the proper time or the way to reach the audience the best, and it's really annoying. Cause sometimes like, there's a dude that's been wanting me to do a show. He's like Fridays at 6 p.m. I'm like, that's too early. People are still trying to get off work, and you're near downtown Austin. It's difficult to get there at that time. Need to move time back. He's like, oh, we moved back to 6:30. Like, no, man, no, okay, that's not gonna work either. Dumar 9000 says, gotta take the Sentinel next time, dude. What did I had the Jada Toy Cyberpunk dude in my pocket, and security was like, "What is this?" And I was like, "I was Jada Toy Cyberpunk dude." It's funny too because when I go wait for Kill Tony, we wait at a bar called Shakespeare's, and they always want to search your pockets and stuff like that. Now they don't even search me no more because they're just like, "Oh, that's the guy that had Spider-Man and Batman toys in his pocket." I'm like, "That's right, baby. You remember me?" It was funny though. Yesterday when I got to Shakespeare's, that's the club name, the bar name. The doorman, I remembered him from a different club that they used to have it at, Kill Tony waiting area at. And he was like, "What's up, player?" And he was like, "You got your ID?" And he put his hand out. And I was like, "What's good, man?" I said, "You know it." And then I dapped him up. And then I walked in. I got into the bar. I got upstairs. I sat down and everything. And then I realized, oh, he wasn't trying to dap me up. He wanted my ID. And I was like, he basically like, "You got your ID?" And I'm like, "That's right, baby, I do." And I dapped him up and then I bounced. That's kind of like a life hack. Like if you're trying to get into a place and you don't have an ID, just dap up the doorman when he asks for your ID. Hopefully it confuses him and he forgets that you didn't show him your ID. I did have my ID. By the way, look, since we got a few new people, I'll show you my ID. I'm gonna cover up my address. I don't want you stalking me. But there's my ID right there. You'll notice that I have very luscious hair in my ID. I lost a bet to Facebook, so that's why that happened. Well, I guess I didn't lose a bet to Facebook. I made a deal with Facebook, and they came through, and then that's why I have long hair in my ID. But yeah, I just want to thank y'all for being with me here because y'all got me through this long ride home. Seems like there's a car broken down right here in this intersection. But yeah, it's been good. We got some spam people. We got some racist people. We got some regulars in here. We got new people. Carvana, we got a new person. Uh, it's been a very interesting ride. I'm gonna figure out this live streaming though because my camera's crooked. I can't figure it out. So I'm reading. I'm like turning my head like a lost puppy. Marcy says the bots celebrating your 2K subscribers. What? Shout out to the bots. Yeah, it's cool because like I don't have a whole lot of subscribers. So when I see bots, I'm like, thank you, bots, for thinking that I'm important enough to come spam me. It's really nice of them, really kind of them to come do that. Like I said, it helps push the algorithm, so that's cool too. Because then it's like, oh man, look at this guy. He only has 2,000 subscribers, but you see how many comments he gets in a live stream? That's wild. So that's great. That's why when some people are like, "Oh, I was gonna post something on your video." Someone actually sent that to me one time. They're like, "I was gonna post something on your video, but I don't want to look negative." I'm like, "No, no, please look negative." And like people thumbs down the videos, it still helps the algorithm, still pushes the algorithm for YouTube. So shout out to everybody reacting somehow. I got 12 likes on this video. That's cool. I feel great. I feel good about that. It makes my self-esteem go up. Especially because like 4 people on here were like, "You're not white." No, I'm just kidding. That's not a self-esteem breaker. I just want to say that right now to my white audience. It's not something like, "Oh man, it hurts my feelings." It used to hurt my feelings. I won't lie. It used to hurt my feelings. I grew up in a all Hispanic neighborhood, and when they were like, "Yeah, we're all Hispanic up here, and we got one white guy," and I'm like, "Hey, what? Who's the white guy? What white guy?" They thought I was a DEI placement in school. They're like, "We need this guy to balance out the Hispanicness and of these Mexicans." But it was wild though, growing up in a Hispanic school because we learned things that I was unaware that they didn't teach in other public schools. So that was kind of cool. But then I was also like, well, what did they not teach us? And they're like Hanukkah. We didn't learn about Hanukkah. I didn't learn about Hanukkah until I was in 7th grade because we had 6th grade in elementary. So I didn't learn about Hanukkah until I was in 7th grade. We had Jewish people at school. It was very eye-opening for us. I was like, what? You get 8 presents because there's 8 days of Hanukkah? And he was like, nah, you only get 1 present because you're poor. I was like, damn, I think you got a point there. And I was like, Mom, Dad. I sat them down over a bowl of Chef Boyardee ravioli. I said, we need to talk. Jewish kids get 8 presents. I think we need to convert to Judaism. And they're like, we're not Jewish though. I'd be like, Jesus was Jewish. Maybe we should follow his footsteps. And they're like, what if we give you 2 presents? I was like, I'll take that deal. And the next year I got 2 presents. It wasn't cool though, because they were like 2 things went together. I was like, this doesn't count, Mom. A pajama set, I see the tag that connects them. Like that's not 2 presents. That's 1 present. You wrap twice in 2 different packages. That's not cool. It's very deceitful, Mom. Dad, very deceitful. Actually, for my mom, I was like, Mom, that's very deceitful. For my dad, I was like, Dad, that is an ingenious idea. Way to use your brain. Yeah, what do we got? We got 10 people here, double digits. I like it. I'm actually pulling up into my neighborhood right now. Some of y'all are probably like, you live in the suburbs? Sure do. Can't afford the ghetto no more after gentrification. So I gotta live here amongst a diverse culture. We actually do have a pretty diverse culture out here. We got white people, we got black people, we got Indian people, we got Asian people, we got Mexicans, we got Puerto Ricans, we got Costa Ricans. My kid's friend with a Costa Rican. I forgot that his parents were Costa Rican when I met them, and I was making all these references like Mexicans would understand, and they were so confused. I was like, my bad, Costa Rican, different culture. My bad, it's my bad, dude. Kept calling him Way, and he was like, looked at me kind of like, that's not what we call each other in Costa Rica. Mark Z says, big word of the day, gentrification. I wish I had live things. Gentrification. But yeah. All right, though. I'm pulling up to my house right now. Thank y'all, everyone, for joining me. I'm glad everything worked out well. I'm glad that the Texas sun at 90 degrees did not burn my phone and cancel the live stream. Shout out to all the new people. Shout out to all the returning people. Thank y'all again for watching. Y'all have yourselves a great day. It's going to look weird because I don't know how to end the video, so I'm going to be pressing buttons on the screen. Just ignore my weird faces and ignore me punching buttons. I'm trying to do this. Clarko Gorgeous says, peace. I think the stop button's up here, right by the camera. Why would they put the stop button by the camera? Let's see. Nope. I can't. I see the stop button right there, and I can't press it. I'm going to press this exit. We're going to see what happens. Shout out to the bots. All right, see y'all later. Oh, there we go.